You're watching the fucking Death Hour, the best Facebook page for all your deathmatch needs. Now fucking keep on it! You're watching the fucking Death Hour, the best Facebook page for all your deathmatch needs. Now fucking keep on it!
Hey, what's up, MDK world? I'm Crystal. Oh, are we on? Wait a minute. Hang on, I'm confused.
It just says we are live on the thing, so I'm pretty sure we're live.
Yeah, I don't know if we are, because usually...
Well, there's still a video of playing of like brand new ass footage that I've never even seen before.
Oh, cool. Hang on, Oh, I guess I am live. All right. All right, guys. What's up? I'm sure there's probably a delay or something. I'm Crystal. I'll be your host tonight for the Death Hour, and tonight we bring you Daddy Long Legs to
I'm
the
watching it
show.
on the computer, and it's like delayed. So like everything we just said like
Yeah,
30 seconds ago is on there, and we look like assholes.
it's all right. I look like an asshole every time. So anyway, everybody, this is Alex Herzog. He's our guest tonight, not our host. Well, we could flip if you want. You could ask me the questions. How you doing tonight?
Bored. I'm bored. I've been bored for the last fucking week. I can cuss, right? That's a deathmatch thing. I can fucking cuss.
Absolutely, you can cuss. It's like being in the IWA arena. You can cuss, but video recording is allowed in this area. So
I think it's kind of required, yeah.
yeah, a little bit. Welcome to the Death Hour. And normally I start the show off with a deathmatch version of Would You Rather. Are you up for playing?
Okay.
Okay. So basically what I do is I just ask you different deathmatch items, and you could say which one you prefer to use or not, or use on somebody. Okay, so scissor boards or aluminum can boards?
It's kind of the same, right? I don't know. Probably the aluminum cam boards, I guess. They're potentially a little more give to them, I guess.
Yeah.
But I mean, either way, that's how this happened. You know, is the fucking the knives.
Yeah, that's true. That was
You
nice,
remember that?
wasn't it? Yeah, that's a familiar scar to me. Okay, what about a street fight or a bar brawl? It's not really a
I mean,
weapon.
bar brawls are hot right now, right? So fucking,
Totally.
I'd do a bar brawl. Yeah.
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 I think you had one with Casanova. That was sort of a
I mean,
weapon.
I've done several, but that one was probably the one that got the most eyes on it for sure.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was so much fun. I think I was soaked in beer because I was like right there. That was such an awesome.
I was
match.
I was kind of disappointed in my own performance just because I was like still like cut the fuck up, you know what I'm saying?
I
And I kind of felt like I went half-assed on that one just because I was like the whole match I kind of had my arm out like this because I was trying to like reopen that shit, and it reopened anyway. The whole match I was dripping blood on the floor. So
I know. I know. It
And
was
it was,
crazy.
it wasn't those big cuts either. It wasn't this guy or that guy. It was like tiny little cuts I got on my hand. And honestly, my pinky is still numb from that. I'll probably never get the feeling back from that.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
just dumb. It's just dumb shit. It was like putting my hand on the glass and getting up. You know what I'm saying? It's like amateur shit.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, we'll finish up with a couple more here. What about razor wire or cinder blocks?
I always excuse me. Barbed wire is always my last choice, and it's not because I'm afraid to get cut by barbed wire. It's because my hair is like 98 pounds, and it
Yes,
gets caught up in shit. You know what I'm saying? So like,
yes.
I've seen fucking, it was BJ Whitmer and Necro. It was one of the Ring of Honor barbed wire matches, and half of that match was just them cutting BJ Whitmer's hair out of the fucking barbed wire.
Oh,
And I was like, that's my future, because my hair is way thicker than BJ Whitmer's hair.
Yeah, you should definitely request that not be used. I know at train
I mean,
wrecks.
I'll do it,
Yeah,
but I mean, it's not my first choice.
yeah. Oh, yeah. I can imagine with long hair. Okay. What about gussets or cheese graters?
I don't know, probably cheese graters. I mean, either or. It's not like, you know. I don't think I've ever done a gusset though, so I'd probably rather do a gusset just to get it out of the way. Yeah.
Oh wow, that's like one
This
of my
there's a bunch of shit that like you randomly have never done before. Like I talked to Tree Man about the knife board the night that it happened, and he was like, I don't know, I've never done it. I'm like, wow. I feel like he would have done everything, and
Yeah, yeah. Wow. So I don't know if you can see. There's people that ask questions throughout the show. If you can see Danny, I guess he threw in a "Would you rather." Um, looks like he says
what
barbed
is that?
wire ropes or taser ropes. Oh,
What is a taser rope?
it
Danny
sounds awesome.
Savage. What is a taser rope? I have no idea what that is.
Yeah, I don't know, but it sounds really cool. Robert's
I
wants
I don't know if you want a cookie from me.
So, why don't you tell us a little bit
What's that picture he fucking put up there? That's the fucking Big Owl right there.
We find some shit here on the Death Hour. We have had people like, "Where did you get that?" There's no hiding.
I mean, that makes sense. So basically, what that is the Gary, Gary J. Everybody knows Gary J by now. Well,
Oh yeah.
I started coming around St. Louis Anarchy, and it was used to be called LWA, and this was probably like 2007 when I started coming around. I was like 17 years old, and I would set their ring up and shit like that. And my favorite wrestler was Gary J, who was Gary the Barn Owl at the time. He was probably like 20 years old. He was really young.
Oh wow.
And he was Gary the Barn Owl because that company was like real big on gimmicks, and they had a guy named Frankie Big Balls, and there was Eric the Aardvark. There was a bunch of like crazy over the top gimmicks,
Oh
but
my
it
God.
worked because like their crowd really wasn't like a wrestling crowd per se. They were like, but they had really loud and raucous and big crowds because they
Yeah.
had like to have fun. You know what I mean? And so I don't know. That was probably from like 2012. That picture that's on there right now.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if they can they see that on here. Anyway, I'm looking at
Yeah,
the
they
screen.
can see
Anyway,
it. Yeah.
but anyway, so I guess they always used me, even when I was real bad. They still used me, and I think that they used me like to pay me back for all the free labor I gave them. Nobody ever told me that, but I just always assumed that's what it was.
Oh no.
And
Ah!
they like
Let me
I kind of
get
had
those
I was
for
real
you,
bad at the
babes.
time, and I kind of really had nothing to
That
nowhere to
sucks.
go.
Hopefully we can get
So
him
they
back.
like, you're gonna be Alex the Big Owl. You're gonna get hit on the head, and you're gonna be a fucking barn owl, just like Gary used to be. And honestly, it was real good for me because it broke me out of my shell. It really I've always had a personality, but I never really know how to translate that into wrestling.
Yeah.
And I say that really helped me a lot, even though it was stupid, and everybody's like, what the fuck are you doing with that? You know what I mean? But like, it really helped me. It helped me as a wrestler to break myself out of my shell. I don't know if that was 2012 or 2014, but it was quite a while ago. But it helped me a lot, man. Like, that was a good. I still have those fucking Gary J pants too.
Awesome.
Anyway, yeah, that was my.
I love St. Louis Anarchy. That's a great promotion. And you're part of the Viking War Party there, right? With Warhorse and
Frank, yeah.
Frank, yeah, Frank.
That was, I mean, that was something we really got some traction with, that like 2015, 2016, something like that. Like, we were traveling all over the place with all three of us.
Yeah.
And we haven't really, me and Jake haven't really been tagging for a couple years now, but I mean, he's blown up, obviously. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But
he's
yeah,
definitely coming to his own in this past couple years.
for sure, he's
Yeah.
fucking. He's gonna get signed somewhere. I don't know
Oh my
anything,
God.
but that motherfucker's gonna get signed.
Definitely. If people don't sign him, they're stupid.
Well, I mean, nobody's getting signed right now, obviously, because it's a fucking pandemic.
Right. Yeah, it
Gary J
sucks.
is the fucking man, Vic Philpott.
Yes, he is, baby. Okay, so why don't you tell us a little bit about where you trained, who you trained with, and if you hold any titles right now.
Technically, I have the outlaw belt from outlaw wrestling, but I don't think that they're gonna run any more shows. I don't really know. I have it. I might be in here. I don't know. I'm in my bedroom right now. I don't. It could be in the garage. I don't know. Anyway, and also I have the Pro Wrestling Epic title, which is a company in Illinois, kind of locally St. Louis that I work for,
Uh-huh.
and I'm their champion. And I haven't held a lot of belts. I guess I don't know. I've had a bunch of tag team belts with Jake. I've had 5 or 6 probably different tag team belts with Jake. There, yeah, that's the one on the right. If anybody can see the picture here, is the Pro Wrestling Epic belt, and the one on the left is the Outlaw belt. And I've
Cool.
had both of those for like 2 years probably.
Nice.
And then I was trained by a guy named Dingo. Yeah, he's a St. Louis guy. He was like he worked for Ian Rotten for a long time for IWA.
I've seen him.
Back when he was in Joliet, my second match ever was actually in IWA, and it was real fucking bad. It was real bad. It was me and this guy named Steven Saint, who is now Stephen King. He's Chainsaw King, guy. He's from Nebraska.
Okay.
Big, giant fucking muscle dude who wears paint. And this guy named C-Red. I don't think I've ever seen C-Red since that happened.
Yeah.
Since that match happened. This was like 2009 probably.
Wow.
And my second match ever, and I had admitted to being really bad my first few years in the business, and so I was like extra bad because it was my second match ever, and it was fucking. I walked up, but we did this like face off thing, and I walked right up to him. And we were like, me and Steven Saint had each other in the face, and he goes, "Slap me." So I fucking wound back and I slapped him. And I fucking blew his eardrum out. The first goddamn thing in the whole match. And then Years later, he saw me. I think it was like an AEW show or something like that, and or maybe it was Vanguard. It was something that we were both on up in Chicago.
Yeah.
And it was this big giant muscle dude, and he kept making jokes about like blowing eardrums out, and I was like, I don't fucking get it. And then Devin Cutter was there, and he goes, "You know who that is, right?" And I go, "No." He goes, "That's Steven Saint. You blew his fucking eardrum out." And I go, "Holy shit, that's Steven Saint," because he was like a kind of a skinny dude. Yeah. When I fucking blew his eardrum out, but now he's a fucking beast of giant muscle mountain dude.
Oh my
and he's just like, I don't know. We laugh about it now, but it was like he kept making those jokes, and I'm not getting it. I don't know. Anyway, fucking.
That's funny.
What specifically do you want to know about the VWP and Hooligans feud, Vic Philpott? I mean, that is like if there's any kind of credit to Jake or myself being any kind of good, it's because of that feud. Because we went on the road, we went everywhere, we went East Coast, Mexico, we went fucking everywhere, and we did that match everywhere, like every single state you can imagine. We've done that match multiple times, and it like if the Gary J fucking Gary the Barn Alg or Alex the Barn Alg fucking gimmick broke me out of my shell, that actually made me a competent worker and who can put shit together and fucking keep it. I don't know. To me, that's what that feud is. I don't know what it is to other people. I'm sure lots of people have seen that in different incarnations here or there because we've done it literally everywhere.
Right. And you guys and Neil Diamond Cutter, you guys all went on the road a lot together, didn't you?
Neil lived in Arizona for like years. I knew Neil when I was like a teenager still. I don't know how old Neil is. He's a couple years older than me probably. And I knew Neil when I was, because I think Neil started when he was like 15 or some shit like that. So by the time I started when I was 19 in 2009, and he was probably, I don't know, he was maybe 24, 25. And he was going on the road with the Hooligans, and he was doing the little Spike Dudley brother gimmick with them. And then he moved to Arizona because I guess his baby mama moved there or something like that. Mm-hmm. And then they pretty much they needed a new guy to ride with, and that turned out to be me. And that's kind of how that. And then I knew Neil, but then he came back, and now I've been riding with Neil because the Hooligans are pretty much done, and me and Neil have been riding together. So we've gotten way closer over the last year or so.
Awesome.
I don't remember what I was talking about.
It's okay. No. We're all over the place. No worries. Uh, so Johnny wants to know your thoughts on RSP versus Nick Gage feud.
Cool. I don't know. I don't really pay attention. I'm not gonna lie. I'm
No
sorry.
worries. And then this coming up in November. This looks really awesome. Where is
Oh,
this?
is that the Death in the
The Death
Valley
Valley.
thing?
Yeah, Death in the Valley.
That is a deathmatch tournament out in Arizona, and I don't know if it actually has a company. I know that Neil's affiliate or is involved with it somehow.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't really want to talk too much about it because I don't know what I can and can't tell you about
Got
it. You know what I'm saying?
got
I'm not even sure who they've announced and everything yet. I know they got some like legit ass people for it,
Yeah, I
but I
think
don't know
somebody
who.
Murdoch,
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I know Murdoch, and
Phoenix
then
Kid.
I
Uh,
okay. He told me about that, and then like I don't because I think he's only doing 8, and I don't want to give any like secrets away, so I don't really want to talk
yeah,
a whole lot about it. But
yeah,
I
no worries.
believe it. I believe it's in Phoenix somewhere. I don't know if it's in because like I don't know. It was like it could be in Glendale or one of the, anyway. I should know more about that, shouldn't I? My fault. I'm sorry,
I mean,
Neil.
by November, definitely, because or just head toward Arizona or
Hopefully the economy is back, and we also are
we.
not all
Yeah.
dead.
Oh God, that would suck. That would suck.
Neil
Um,
says EWE's a Death in the Valley. That
yeah,
sounds yeah.
yes. Gary Emick, can we have you?
So what he's talking about is when I did the which was supposed to be like this weekend. It was supposed to be the AWR deathmatch
Yes,
tournament, and the first one I worked Corporal Robinson and Marcus, and I sang out Corp because it's fucking Corporal Robinson's music, and it was I can't remember how it goes. It's live 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 live
yes.
live right live that one.
Your
That was
promo for
fucking.
that was really good.
I don't
That
even
was
remember. I don't
awesome.
remember it.
It was
I just
great.
remember I remember doing it. I didn't remember I did it until he keeps bringing it up to me. But I mean, that's something that's a song that we, as in like me and Jake and Frank, have all fucking sang in the car 1,000 times. I remember we were in the car and like we would just play that song randomly because we popped so hard for it. And then Mike Outlaw was with us, and then Mike Outlaw just starts getting down. He's like, "Oh shit, that's some old shit, hell yeah!" And fuck, I don't know, it was hilarious to see him like mark out for that song because he wasn't in on the fucking like jamming out the corp music, and then he
Oh my
fucking I don't
god,
know anyway.
that's great. That's great. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, let me see here. So you just had a match at IWA Deep South with Satu Jin.
I
That was
did.
February.
February, January, something like that. I
Yeah.
think I think my last match was at the beginning of March against Neil. And
Yeah.
so this guy about the Southwest deathmatch scene again from the East Coast deathmatch
Mhm.
scene, like there isn't really a big deathmatch scene down there, which is why like the Death in the Valley thing is kind of a big deal because I know that they've had death matches and stuff down there, but as far as I know, they haven't had like a dedicated tournament that was Jesus Christ, dude, that picture's from like 2009. The picture of me in the fucking tie. That's from ACW
Oh my gosh.
in
Okay.
Texas, and it was like a prom night thing. And somebody's like, bring prom fucking attire, and I'm like, I don't know, I didn't go to prom. I don't fucking have prom attire.
Right.
And I thought it was like I thought it was like an actual thing I had to do. So I brought a fucking blazer and a tie, and I was like, I'll put that on. I don't know why I even remember that. That was fucking.
That's
That's wild,
awesome.
man.
That's
I don't
awesome.
remember us talking about. I got
You
distracted.
were talking
Quit
about
fucking posting these
East Coast
pictures.
deathmatch.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So like, I mean, I go to the Southwest quite a bit for Party Hard, and I've been for that EWE place.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I don't really know. I don't think they have much of a scene down the deathmatch scene. I think it's all like LA and kind of like California stuff. But
Yeah.
like, I think this is the first like actual big tournament that they're gonna have, and it's pretty cool that I get to be part of it because I love
Yeah.
going down to Phoenix. It's one of my favorite places to go to because it's beautiful. Like
Yeah.
Arizona is fucking a great looking state.
I would
I'm
love
I'm
to.
like I like Yeah, it's nice. Like you think it's like all deserts, and then you're on top of a mountain. You're like, where the fuck am I? And you're right in the middle of Arizona.
Nice. Nice. I definitely would if I can, I would love to go to that. It's it's something that I've
You
wanted to
should
do for a
you
long
should
time.
do it. You should do it and cut suture up my things when I get cut up.
uh, well, Maybe I could jump in the
Honestly,
car with
man,
you guys.
that was you. I mean, you obviously saw like the biggest like death match injury I've ever had. I've
Yes.
had like several death matches before and after that, and
Hey, Mike, can you pull that
fucking
picture up for me? Of his.
yeah. Anyway, I've had several injuries before and after that, and like there has been nobody at any of these fucking places, and I'm just like, damn. If I'm bleeding to death, I'm gonna fucking bleed to death because I'm in rural Alabama right now. I'm fucking gonna die. Anyway,
They're like, just slap some duct tape on it. You'll be fine.
what I'm saying is, if you're there, I'm good to fucking get my jugular cut, and I'll be fine
Oh
because you'll
God.
tape me up, right?
I will
Maybe I
definitely.
won't go to the hospital that time. You know?
Yeah. Mike, it's the picture of his elbow, the injury from Southern sickness. Sorry, I'm just trying to get him to pull that picture up so we can share with the class. There you go.
There's somebody sent. Oh yeah, hell yeah. Somebody sent me a video recently, and it's Eric Wayne trying to like. I think he's trying to convince me to go to the hospital, and I'm just like, I don't want to. And it's just me like fast talking, and I'm probably kind of drunk. I don't really remember. I'm like, I don't want to. I want to go do this thing. I want to go do this other thing. Anyway,
Then you had a match that night as well at Southern Sickness with what was it? It was Zodi and Eric Wayne.
yeah, I think it was just Zodi and Eric Wayne. It was a
Yes, there
triple
was a
threat.
lot of crotch grabbing in that match.
Well, I mean that's another one. That was the next day, but still, like I was trying not to like open up my giant fucking wounds on my body, and I don't know. I think we made it work. I think it was the best we could have got out of that
Oh,
because it was
nice.
like I had a good time.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was really good. Really good.
I mean,
I love
that's
that match.
just like my grandpa used to always say: if you can't beat him, hump him in the face with your leopard print underwear.
You do that quite frequently, and you pull it off. Let's see. I don't know if you could see the message from Nikki. She it says, "Is there a reason behind the name Herzog?"
I mean, so like I was Alex Rudolph for years, and when I was in IDB, I was American Viking because I don't think Ian liked the Alex Rudolph thing, which whatever. A lot of people didn't like it, and that's fine. That is my mom's maiden name, so it's like a family thing.
Okay.
And then eventually, I just decided Alex Herzog is a way better wrestling name, and that's my real name. So it's
nice.
it just makes more sense. And I was kind of like I was trying to rebrand myself at the time anyway.
Yeah.
And then I kind of I'm doing the fucking I guess I should be doing this in gimmick because I'm doing the fucking Viking wizard kind of thing now, which I just started doing like in December. So
like that. It's cool.
It's not Alex Herzog. It's Herzog. Also, on the intro, he put a video on there that I did at the haunted house. I've worked at the local haunted house for fucking since I was like 18 probably.
Yeah.
And like I'm just in the fucking haunted house, and it was for a Christmas thing, and I'm cutting a promo as Santa. Find the picture of me as Santa. It's on my Facebook somewhere. Anyway, if anybody wants to book me as Santa next year, I'm just saying, I'll do it.
Oh, I think that would be Speaking of Santa,
Also tell Adam Bueller that I gave him cancer on purpose, and I'm glad.
Oh well, I'm sure he hears it if he's still hanging around. So there's a picture. We have a picture of a match of you with Necro dressed up as Santa. You want to tell me about that match? Do you remember?
Oh yeah, that was at one of the Juggalo shows. I don't remember where it was even.
Okay.
It might have been in Detroit. I don't remember. It was one of the JCW shows, and it was obviously around Christmas time. And I think that Necro had a tradition of dressing with Santa and beating the shit out of people. And it was actually a triple threat. It was me and this dude Smokey from West Virginia. I think he's from West Virginia. And yeah, it was just Necro. Fucking there it is. It's fucking that's like I feel like every single Christmas I put that fucking picture up because it's so perfect because
I love it.
I don't know who took that picture. It might have been Ichiban. I'm not sure. But anyway, it's so perfect. You got the goddamn mush. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god, that's great. So, was it the gathering, like one of the gatherings? Is that
I don't think it was
wrestling?
I don't think it was the gathering. No, they like I was technically on tour with ICP before, just because like I think it was like It was just Violent J by himself doing shows because like Shaggy was sick or something like that, and
Okay.
like there was like a string of shows that me and Jake and the Hooligans all did. It was more the Hooligans did, and
Awesome.
me and Jake were just kind of there. It was like that
Right.
happened a lot, especially early on.
Yeah.
But we ended up getting on a lot of those, and that might have been that one. And I got put with Necro quite a few times because I was like a big dude that could match up with him. Because Necro, if you I don't know if anybody stood next to Necro, he's a big motherfucker.
He is. I've seen him several times. He is a big motherfucker.
And he
Definitely.
also punches hard.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of that. So before we went several different places, we were talking about IWA Deep South, and your match with Satu Jin. Um, how was it working for Deep South, and was that your first time working with them?
Yeah, I mean, I heard like vague like horror stories, I guess, about that place
Yeah.
from this or that or whatever. I don't really know. I'm not really good at like the gossip and stuff like that. So like some people will be like, oh, that guy, and I'll be like, yeah, that guy, sure,
Right.
whatever. So I I don't know. I heard a bunch of stuff. And I heard a lot of people say, like, well, just get your money and blah blah blah, that kind of shit, and it was fine. Like it was the first few matches. I don't know. It was like that American Giant guy, and I think it was like a bunch of like not trash. What's that? Not trash bag wrestlers. The Colt Cabana thing. I think they're $5 wrestlers. And they had a
Oh, the
bunch of
$5.
those.
Yeah, like Lil Donnie and Freight Train and all
The
of them.
giant dude. What the giant? Anyway, like
Oh, American Giant.
yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like I'm not good. I don't really heal with a lot of kind of
Hey,
stuff.
hey,
But
no
anyway,
worries.
like and that like there was a few of those matches and they were kind of embarrassing. But for the most part, like the death matches were solid as fuck. Like Akira
Yeah.
and Aiden fucking killed it, man. Like that was like I'm not saying I was surprised because like but or anything, but like both like that was fucking like I was that match was really good is what I'm trying to say. You know what I mean? And obviously Neil did good because Neil's fucking good. And
Yeah.
like the death matches in that show, I stand by and they're fucking good. So like as far as like the actual fucking shit on the show, it was fine. It was, and I mean, he didn't screw us over. He paid us and everything. So I mean,
Awesome.
that was my
Well,
first time there. I got,
that's what you
and,
go there for.
I'm going back there in July, potentially if the world turns back on. So
Yes, let's hope because I miss wrestling so much. Let's
this is
see.
this is probably the longest in my entire career since like 2009 that I haven't had a match. So it's going on a month now. I don't think that there's been another time where I didn't have a match in a month.
Yeah,
Like I've never been like seriously injured before. I've never had like a thing that put me on the shelf. And I think the longest I've been maybe is a month. But after that, this is going to be for sure the longest I've ever been without having a match.
yeah, I feel like there's a lot of wrestlers out there that are dealing with that too, and it sucks. I mean, you're used to being on the road. Some
I mean,
people 4 or 5 days a
you can
week.
take it. You can take it as a good thing, I guess, because like I mean, I'm definitely healing up a bit. It's just like
Yeah,
I'm not really able to go to the gym or anything. I got like it's fucking kind of driving me nuts, honestly, and not being able to do anything. But like I mean, my problems are little compared to other people's problems, but at the same time, they're the only problems I have. So
right, right. I mean,
not
everybody.
going to the gym, and also like I'm fucking. Hey, look at that one. That's good. That's the it's one of the
Oh,
fucking Santa Claus pictures.
I
I love it.
loved all of your stuff from during like Halloween time. All of your makeup and everything with the haunted house. It was amazing.
Yeah, man. Like I've been doing that longer than wrestling. I think maybe.
Nice.
But that's probably about the same, honestly.
I don't know if you saw that message. The question that just came up a minute ago. I missed it.
What's your
There
favorite
you
death
go.
match?
Favorite death match.
What's my favorite death match I've had, or what's my favorite death match? Like I don't know. I'm gonna go with my favorite death match that I've had. The
Sure.
favorite death matches I have is the one that was at Southern Sickness for sure, because I think that one got me looked at more than any other one. And it fucking me and Neil have been married to each other for the last year, and we have like for whatever reason, we have fucking excellent chemistry, and we just fucking kill it all every time. And we don't even talk about shit anymore. We just kind of go out there and do whatever. He's just like, "What's the finish? Cool." And that's what we do now.
Nice.
So just me and Neil clicking, having the right thing, and had the right amount of blood and guts, and it was fucking great. I loved it. So that I
Yeah.
mean, I'd have to sit there and think about it if it's just my favorite death match of all time, because I got a lot of fucking like mid 2005 CZW IWA that are in my brain that I really have to think about. Because here's what would happen: I'd pick a match and then I go, oh fuck, I forgot about that Toby Klein match or whatever. Like
Right.
the first thing. This is not my favorite death match, but this is the first thing that pops in my head for whatever reason, and it's Brain Damage and Mickey Knuckles is punching the fuck out of each other, and it's goddamn awesome. It's like the coolest shit I've ever seen. I don't even remember if it was a death match. You know what I'm saying? But it's just Mickey Knuckles and Brain Damage. It's gross. It's gross in like the best way possible.
Nice.
Anyway,
I'll have to look that one up. Was that IWA?
I'm 99% sure it was IWA, but it might not have been. I don't know. It was like an outdoor death match league, kind of like, mid 2000s IWA CZW death match kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I think that's from Southern Sickness. Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, I think so. Let's see. Well, we already talked about the Casanova match, which was awesome. I love that match so much.
So actually, I don't know. I don't even know if I should like announce this or whatever, because it's probably not going to happen like the way we planned it at this point. But me and a friend of mine from St. Louis, we're going to bring him in July for a bar fight show, and I don't know if it's going to happen now, because I mean, even if the world is back in place by July, I don't know if we're supposed to be saving up money and shit for it, and we kind of have to. So I can't work. My job. Actually, I think my job is still going on, but I'm not getting coronavirus, so I haven't been showing up.
Well, I mean,
anyway,
that's how it is right now. I'm not working either. It sucks not working, especially like myself. I love what I do, and I hate not being able to work. So it just.
I mean, I don't. I don't like my job. My job's stupid. It's at the murder factory. Yeah. Anyway, it's at the fucking murder factory, working at the loading dock, right? And I don't give a fuck. All my coworkers are morons who don't think it's real. So, anyway, I'm not gonna. We won't get into that. This is not that podcast.
Oh,
or whatever this is. This is not a podcast.
So you can get into whatever you want. We're all about it. Shoot style.
I don't remember what I was talking about now. I put the brakes on there.
Oh, the Casanova thing.
That's right. Okay.
I keep us
right.
on track.
So I'm scatterbrained, man. I'll fucking start talking about something else completely. That's how I am.
It's okay.
But anyway, we were gonna we pretty much had it all in the fucking books to bring him in, and then I don't think it's gonna happen now, just because me and the person that we were doing it, we don't have any funding now, because I'm sure we were gonna make our money back, but we don't have the fucking money to bring him in the first place. So, and we were gonna have Neil on there. I think Parnell was gonna do it.
Oh, nice.
Fuck, it was, yeah. So hopefully we'll get that shit going again, but it's not gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be when we said it was gonna be.
Yeah.
So on your show, we got that breaking news that this thing that I didn't announce yet got canceled. So yeah, that's that hot murder, death, kill news, action, sports.
Yes.
Death match.
No sports
wrestling.
Right now. No death matches right now, unfortunately.
It's like, so I was thinking, like, this is random as fuck. I was thinking about the other, so like Jeff Cannonball and his old lady just got married, right? And they're both fucking workers, and both deathmatch workers. So why don't we get them to do a fucking newlywed death match inside their house in front of nobody, and they'll just beat the shit out of each other with weapons? People would watch that, man. I'm just saying, Jeff Cannonball.
Yes, I think that would be awesome. Yes. Yeah.
I'm just saying. Money, right? Who wants money? Who likes money? I like money. Jeff Cannonball, do you like money?
Why can't you guys,
In your living room, honeymoon death match. I mean, I'm not that creative. You guys can fucking think of the gimmicks and shit, but there it is.
I think that would be awesome. As long as they don't live in an apartment and then next thing you know, the police are called for domestic violence or some shit like that.
I've been to their house, and if they live in the same place that they used to live in, it's small. So it's like a small East Coast, like something or other. I don't know. I'm gonna give out their address here in a second. Just wait. I'll tell you all their business.
That's funny. They could just open up all of their windows and we could all just stand outside 6 feet apart from each other watching it from the streets.
Well, they'd have to set like a tripod up or something to film it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or they can just describe it to us. They could just do it and just show us like the cuts and just describe it to us, like how awesome it was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then he's like, I did like a Canadian, but I did 2 flips instead of 1 flip. It was the sickest shit you ever seen. And then she kicked out. I don't know how the fuck she kicked out, but she did. Oh, there's Bull Bronson. I love you, Bull Bronson. You're my fucking boy. I told somebody the Rikishi story today, by the way, Bull Bronson. When we're fucking, because I watched the entire season of the Big Show.
Yeah, how was that? I haven't got a chance to watch that yet.
Oh, it's fucking bad. It was real bad. It was
really?
It was bad, man.
Oh, I know you mentioned Fez's crazy girlfriend.
Yeah, no, fucking Fez's crazy girlfriend from that '70s show was on it, and she's like a fucking full on like mom now, but she's like looking all right. And then Urkel's on it, and Urkel's looking fucking like who? Fucking Urkel's looking. I'm trying to read this thing and also talk at the same time. I'm sorry. Urkel's on it. He's looking fucking like. He's kind of looking like a crackhead a little bit, but like.
Oh, no.
Like a little bit, like a crackhead, but he's like got some weight on him. You know what I mean? Like if a crackhead had some pounds on him, had some lbs. You know what I mean? Like not like a crackhead if it wasn't real skinny. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And also like. Fucking, she calls him Show. It's not his real wife. I understand that it's not his real wife.
Yeah.
But if my wife called me by if my wrestling name was Killer, and my wife called me Killer, every single time I'd be like, "Ooh, stop it! What are you fucking calling me goddamn Killer for? It's gross." She calls just say Paul. You say his name's Paul in the show. Call him fucking Paul. God damn it! Like
she calls him Show.
Whatever.
She's like, Show.
This is the shit.
Ready.
This is the things I think about when I have nothing to do, Crystal. This is the things I think about when I have nothing. When you're sitting there watching the fucking Big Show, you sit there and think about dumb shit like this.
Well,
and also,
all we got right now is time. That's all we fucking
less
have.
dumb shit like fucking Jeff Cannonball and Tara fucking having a goddamn death match in their house. I'm just saying, you guys are married. You're together. You're not breaking quarantine. I'm just saying, we're all being safe, right?
Right.
Exactly. Can you even get coronavirus by bleeding on each other? I don't think so. I think it's a coughing thing. That's why fucking, you're in the mask.
Yep, definitely. So Johnny says CSI would definitely show up after that match.
I feel like I think he might be talking about the apartment house death match.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see. So you've done Prince of the Death Match before for IWA Mid-South, correct? Only one?
I think 2015 was the year.
Yeah.
I think the gimmick with that is you can only do it. Like, you only do it once. Like you do it and then like you can't do it again, and then like I don't know. I thought that was the gimmick. I don't know.
I don't know,
but
some people have done it a couple times. I'm confused.
That could be true. I don't really know. I actually, you know what? I lied. That dude asked me my favorite death match. I do know my favorite death match. Because fucking Neil is right here talking to me about my favorite weapon to use. Fucking, yes. My favorite death match of all time is Prince of the Death Match 2010, and it was Neil against fucking Moxley, and the fucking Moxley was like the champ of CZW, and he had like 3 like major indie belts at the time.
Right.
And fucking, it was like a take your shots death match. And also, like, I didn't know this at the time, but Neil does not drink, and he still does not drink. So fucking, I'm pretty sure that fucking Moxley was already shit-faced when he came out. So Neil came out to his music, and then Moxley comes out to his music, and he goes, no, fuck that. And he puts on fucking Sweet Caroline, and he also comes out to Sweet Caroline. I don't remember all the fucking details because they're not important. It's just the fucking... Sorry. It's just the fucking, you can't give me things to read when I'm telling a story, man, because I'm gonna fucking... Anyway.
Okay.
Fucking...
We go back to it. It's fine.
No. So fucking... The finish was... Like, I can't remember if it was like they took a shot every fucking like couple minutes or after every... I don't know. But they were drinking the whole time, and the finish was fucking Moxley gets him in an airplane spin, and he's just spinning around and spinning around and spinning around and spinning around, and all of a sudden he fucking falls, passes out, Neil falls on top of him, that's the fucking finish. Goddamn. Yes. That was my favorite shit ever, man. I love that. Fucking go buy that DVD. Because it's fucking... Awesome. I love it. It's just...
Yeah.
Oh, man. I don't even remember if they used weapons. They might not have. I don't remember. I just remember the fucking him singing "Sweet Caroline," being drunk as fuck, and fucking like him Neil falling on top of him with the airplane spin.
Oh, that's great. That is fucking
That
phenomenal.
that was probably 10 years ago. That was like 2010 probably.
Yeah. You have to go back and watch. Neil and I had a death match, or not a death match, a death hour. Gosh, months ago. That was a good time. Oh yeah, there you are with your.
That's my Tinder profile picture right there.
Yeah.
God damn, I do not have an ass.
you don't.
It's like
you don't.
it is like not there even. Like how do I sit?
Yeah. Yeah, how do you sit?
I don't know, man, but that's a little guy right there. It's a little baby guy.
It's a little teeny. How do you wrestle barefoot? It blows my mind that you come out with no shoes on.
I mean,
like, how does
I do everything barefoot, man. Like I would not wear shoes in the stores and shit if I didn't have to. Like I have like basically like I keep shoes in my car because I don't like when I'm walking to and from the car, I don't wear shoes.
Mm-hmm.
So like if I'm going to the store, I just get in my car with no shoes on, and then there's fucking shoes there for me to put on when I go in the store. So I'm disgusting. I don't know if you ever met me before, but I'm fucking like I'm like notoriously gross. So like that's another thing to add to the fucking gross list, right? So like there was fucking Emily was on there talking to me, sending me hearty eyes. She fucking knows that I don't wear shoes ever. I walk through her fucking driveway within the goddamn gravel with no shoes on, and she's like, "You're not gonna put shoes on," and I just don't no comment because of course I'm not wearing shoes. Why would I wear shoes?
Why would
I think
shoes too?
I mean, but I guess to answer your question, it's easier for me. Everything's easier for me. I'm more nimble. I'm more athletic without shoes on. I get a better feel for the ground and that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
No,
it's like honestly, it doesn't hurt. None of that stuff hurts my feet. Like if fucking you know how to like I still do the dives and everything. That's all fine. It's all fine. It's not a big deal. Yeah. I mean, maybe give me a couple years and maybe I'll start fucking my shit up. But right now I'm fine.
Right. Well, I mean, we're born with no shoes on. We're made to walk on the ground with no. I mean, cavemen didn't have shoes, and that's they say.
But cavemen also didn't walk on. Cavemen also didn't like walk on pavement and shit either. But
true. Or glass.
Well, I need to fucking. I'm learning how to fucking mitigate my fucking glass stepping on with the fucking because honestly that ain't fun. But I mean, worse things have happened like getting fucking like. Anyway, what was I talking? Oh shit, that's me. That's me. It's my mugshot. Yeah, it's my mugshot right there. Yeah, it's me. You can't tell.
You're lying.
Yeah, it's totally me. That's definitely me. Hold on a second. Watch this. You ready? Right?
Okay, I see it.
That's me.
With short hair.
So that's fucking. That is You remember Roscoe and Elisa? It was Mikey and Zach. Their tag team they had.
Yes.
So they also had a third guy, and it was him, and his name's Dustin, and he's just like some dude from. He wasn't terrible, like, but he's just. I think he liked to do drugs more than he liked to wrestle, and that isn't. And for whatever reason, I think Mikey or somebody posted that picture. Mikey posted that picture, and for whatever reason, it like wanted to tag me in it, and Facebook thought that was me. So that's a screenshot of me. that's a screenshot of me fucking like the Facebook wanting to tag me in that picture of Dustin's mugshot. And honestly, like it looks like he's making a face, but that's his all the time face.
Really?
And you know what's fucked up is like Mikey says like half the shit that he comes up with is like shit that he took from Dustin. But every single time, and like I was just like, that sounds hilarious. Dustin is fucking sounds like the most funny dude I've ever seen in my life. But every time he was around us, he was just like really meek and like respectful and just like, hey, it's cool, man. And then fucking like Mikey would say this insane shit, and I would never hear him say anything. He would just be too intimidated by like me and the hooligans and Jake and everybody to fucking ever be funny. And like I wish he would just fucking like broke out of his shell because like the shit that Mikey says. I mean, I know that a lot of it is because Mikey's fucking crazy to begin with, but he said half the shit he took from fucking like Marguliak and shit is all Dustin words. That's him. That's the guy on the screen right there. And like, why couldn't you just fucking be like that like in the ring? You could fucking be doing fucking doing Mikey shit right now with Mikey, just being crazy. But he likes meth too much and he's just too meek. I don't know. Because like that's what Bull just said. He likes meth too much. I don't know.
yeah. Say no to
That's why I
drugs,
fucking.
kids.
That's why I blacked out the like the inmate numbers because I didn't want him to. I didn't want to like. I don't know if you can get in trouble for that or whatever. I don't know. But fucking.
I don't know.
Yeah, me neither.
That is funny. Is that like that? Is that a legit mugshot?
Yeah, that's his actual mugshot from
Oh shit!
fucking from whatever the fuck he got caught with. I don't know. I don't like. I think Mikey just put it up there making fun of him because he's a dipshit and fucking. I think that's my back from after the Deep South show. I want to
Okay.
say.
Okay.
I don't remember.
Yeah, it's
But
crazy.
yeah.
You got your arm cut at that match too, didn't you? Did you get your arm cut there?
I mean,
Oh yeah, because
I'm not. Oh
you said
no,
that.
like okay, no. When I did a no ring in Colorado, and
Okay.
I got almost the identical cut on my back that I did on my fucking on the front. It's just I don't see it all the time. I see this cut every fucking time I look in the mirror, but
Right.
this other one, I can't fucking.
I did my best to glue it back together so you wouldn't
I
have
don't know
to
if you
deal with
can.
it.
You can see my fucking fish on the walls.
Cute.
I'm at my mom's house. You want to say hi to my mom?
Yeah, we can say hi to your mom.
I can't really. Fuck it. I mean, there's a scar
Respectful.
that looks comparable to this scar on my
Yeah.
back, and I got that in Denver for Primos. Slave to the. It's like it wasn't slave to the death, but it was like a prelude to bar fight, slave to the death thing. I don't remember, but it was a
Gotcha.
fucking badass show. It was me. I
Gotcha.
wrestled Shed on that one too, and we fucking killed it.
Cool. Cool.
And Neil won that tournament. Neil's been winning all kinds of tournaments lately.
I know he loves to do tournaments. He says
He
he likes
fucking
to
he
get all
won.
his shit in one day.
He won fucking the ICW tournament that they just had in Milwaukee, and he won that fucking Primos tournament.
Yeah.
And yeah,
You've worked for ICW before, haven't you? And
I've
H2O.
worked for them a bunch. We had a bunch
Yeah,
of shows coming up for them. I mean, I'm sure we'll be back there whenever the shit turns back on. But
definitely.
yeah, I love that place, man. Like the only thing I don't like about it is like the locker room is fucking extra small.
It is
But like
too. I've been back there.
all
It's
those Milwaukee dudes he uses are fucking badass, dude. They're all like legit ass dudes. Some of them you haven't heard of, and some of them like he uses like Jeff King and stuff like that. And Orin Vite. I think that's his like I think that I don't know if that's his home place or whatever, but like
Orange.
he's like the guy there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I just
But
had
like
him
yeah, it's
over in a couple weeks ago, and that's like his home place. He loves it there
yeah
so
yeah.
much. He loves the fans, the atmosphere. Yeah,
No yeah, it's like. Man, he packs that place out every single fucking time too. There's probably I
yeah,
don't know how many people fit in that room, but it's fucking you can't ever fucking walk in there because like
yeah.
he jam packs that place.
You're like
It's like a fucking it's like a room in like a Mexican bar
yeah,
in down in like South Milwaukee.
yeah.
And like I said, I love places like that because they're like real intimate and everybody's all up in your shit and like you can hear everybody, see everything, you know.
Absolutely. I
And
love
like
it.
the crowd fucking is energized and they make noise and they're not jaded. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, absolutely. I've been in that crowd a few times, and it's definitely a good show. Definitely. Um, so have you traveled to the UK before? Is there any plans
I
for
have
that?
not. I mean, I would love to go to the UK for several reasons. Like so a lot of them are wrestling reasons. I'm just a fucking nerd, and I like fucking UK anyway. But
Yeah,
yeah, like I don't know. I think that's more of a. I mean, I definitely that's definitely a goal. I've not. I've been to Mexico several times, but that's the only place I've never even been to Canada yet. I got a passport though.
oh,
But
nice, nice.
so this is like Bushwhacker Luke, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Bushwhacker Luke. And the story behind this picture, because I assume that's why he pulled it up there. So the story behind this picture is fucking. This was there's this place in St. Louis. I'm pretty sure they still run. They're called SICW, and it was like Lair Matisic ran it. Lair Matisic was like Bruiser Brody's handler whenever he was like in town for wrestling at the Chase. And he ran a show, and he uses a lot of garbage dudes, like local old men, fucking terrible dudes. But he would bring in legends like all the time. Like he brought in like Rocky Johnson and fucking Greg the Hammer Valentine and him, and like fucking legends. He's brought in legends, or whatever, right? And like actually he paid real good too. But anyway, this dude, this promoter in St. Louis, he was a promoter. He was just like a friend of mine at the time. His name's Greg Jovi, and he's a picture of him on his Facebook somewhere at a Ring of Honor show. Him and his friend have a picture with fucking Bushwhacker Luke, and like he has the most cartoon frown on his face I've ever seen in my life. It's like, I mean, Mike frown to me, it looks fake. He has the most like his eyes and he's just like, it's like the most genuine like cartoon frown you've ever seen in your life. And I'm just like, that's not real. He goes, yes, it is. And I go, it's not. No, it ain't. And he's like, yes, it is. And so he told me the story, and he said he walked up to the guy. They were in line to take a picture with Bushwhacker Luke. They walked up to Bushwhacker. And I'm sorry for telling your story, Greg, by the way, but he walked up to fucking Bushwhacker Luke, and the guy goes, these guys are together. And he goes, oh, they're together. He goes, well, do you like it like this? And grabs him in the ass. Or do you like it like this? And he grabs him in the fucking dick. And that's their reaction to just getting molested by Bushwhacker Luke. It was pure sorrow. So fucking, I told Greg that Bushwhacker Luke was on the show, and I told him that I would get a picture of him doing the fucking the sorrowful Bushwhacker face, and that's what the story behind that. So that is a recreation of a picture that's out there somewhere. Because it's one of those. Because I don't. Because Ring of Honor for a minute used him for I don't even know what he did. I think he wrestled. He tagged with somebody. I don't remember. But like, yeah, that's wrestling, man.
Amazing. That's amazing. So is there anybody on your list that you want to face in the future that you haven't faced yet?
Everybody.
That's
a cheese dick answer, but man, whatever.
A cheese dick answer.
Okay, so like, you needed to fucking send me a list of like actual good fucking resounding answers, because I can sit here and go like this. That's a good video, huh? Thinking.
Good video. That's your good side. I like it.
So, Nick Gage. So I fucking could sit, you know what I mean? Like,
yes.
I don't know. I just don't want to fucking. Oh yeah. So, me and fucking Jeremiah, who's asking this question right here.
Yeah.
We chugged Jack during a match at Rockstar, and I got fired. That's not because we chugged Jack during a match. It's because I got shit faced from fucking chugging Jack. I made a complete asshole of myself. I fucking got fired.
Oh no.
So.
From Rockstar in Cleveland? Where are they?
Dayton. Yeah, Dayton.
Dayton.
Yeah.
I always get
the places
Cleveland mixed up. I don't know why.
They're not really close to each other. One's like kind of like above Cincinnati.
Yeah.
I spent a lot of time in Dayton.
I think they're
at one point in time
4 or 5 hours apart, because I did 2 WWE shows. One was in Cleveland and one was in Cincy, so I had to do that drive, that transition.
That sounds about right. You're in Louisville, right? Like Louisville area?
Me? Oh no, I'm in Indy.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought I don't know, whatever. Sorry, my bad.
It's okay.
Well, I said Dayton's not that far from you. Then Dayton's probably like 2 or 3 hours, maybe.
Yeah. I've been to a few Rockstar shows, and it's a couple. Hours. Yeah, something like
They're
that.
They're fucking fun, man. Like I don't know if it's like it used to be, but fucking like they were a blast. They're like the crowd is on a Wednesday is fucking super fucking hot and packed, and they have like legit ass like stars there because they got all the Christ guys there.
Yeah,
and like
all the Christ guys. Yeah, the Christ clan.
Like the Christ guys who fucking travel, they don't make bad like traveling wrestlers. I mean, there's some dudes there that like just aren't gonna get it, but like they're like all their dudes are fucking like A+ top notch, man.
Oh, absolutely. They only have like the best on their show, because that's what they want. That's what they put out.
But that's a thing that I would do a lot, especially early on in my career, is rub people the wrong way and get in trouble, because what are you gonna do? Apologize to anybody I've ever pissed off or whatever.
Yeah, but honestly, why fake it? Why be an ass kisser? Because I mean,
I don't know if it's being an ass kicker. It's just like there's no need for me to get shit faced at shows like I used to do. You know what I'm saying? I was like that guy for a while. So
gotcha. Yeah. Well, you learn. Let's see. Johnny wants to know what your thoughts are on Zona 23.
What is Zona 23? I'm gonna look it up real fast.
Oh, it's okay.
Is that something that I should know that I'm gonna look like an asshole for not knowing?
Possibly. It's in Mexico. They do it in like a junkyard, so it's kind of like when I see pictures and stuff from it, it just kind of reminds me of like post-apocalyptic. Just
oh no shit! Hell yeah! Okay, I know what you're talking about. I didn't know that was called. Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. I mean, that is fucking. I want to hold on a second. Fucking so yeah, Jeremiah, we had fun, but I don't remember anything about that match, so that's the problem. You know what I mean? If you say we had fun, I don't remember. Anyway, Zone of 23, right? Zone of 23.
Yes.
I didn't know that's what it was called. Fucking one of one of the coolest moments I've ever had in my entire wrestling career was in a death match in Mexico, and it was
Wow.
me and Jake against the Hooligans against this guy named Hooligan Byron, no relation to the Hooligans, and fuck me. It was his name's Nacho, but I don't. He actually said hi to me on this thing, so hi Nacho. Fucking Kai and Tai is his wrestling name. I'm sorry, Nacho,
Okay.
for getting a wrestling name. But anyway, fucking those guys also are fucking top notch. Fucking like
Oh
Indie
yeah.
Mexico dudes, man, for real. But anyway, it was this place called NGX. The place I've been to several times since then. But it was like 500 people packed into a fucking like basically like a rec center gym, but it was like in Mexico, so it looked all different because like the architecture looks different down there, and it was like badass, and like there was packed that fucking thing out with like 500 people, and we did like me and the Hooligans and Jake would always do the 4-man bar fight, which I don't know if we came up with that or not, but we had never seen anybody else do it, so I'm just gonna say that we came up with that. I don't know, like we didn't come up with the bar fight, but I mean like the fucking 4-way bar fight thing with the fucking boom 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 boom.
Yes.
But anyway, we did that. We did the 6-way bar fight, and there was like the way that there's a picture of it somewhere. I think there's also a video that we fucking like basically is we were all sitting in the chairs and like there were just like bodies pressed up like against us. So like you look above you and there's like a face. There's like these people like
Wow.
towered over you, and it was just like it was like you were packed in there, and it was like this is fucking badass. And then there was also like the chairs that they used there. They're like plastic like deck chair kind of things.
Uh-huh.
So fucking we used those, and like we just had like a chair fight, like impromptu, and there was like a storm of chairs just being thrown around. It was fucking cool as shit. So Nacho, I fucking love you. I miss you. I'm gonna come back to see you someday.
That's awesome. Oh my god, I love that story. Do you have any cool stories from the road that you want to share with us? Anything that sticks out?
Lucky Rug is down.
I mean, again, there's a million of them. I just need, I need like, I might need some fucking like, some like nudging to tell me like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Okay,
I can't think of
with
like,
the Hooligans and Neil. Anything that sticks out there?
that doesn't really narrow it down either. Because I would say
Well, I can
90% of
only
my awesome
imagine.
stories are with the Hooligans.
I can only imagine. Let's see. We're getting about at the hour. AWR. Are you when it's up and going again, you're gonna come back to AWR?
So yeah, so like I guess like my thing with AWR is I really didn't like my showing from that tournament
Mm-hmm.
for whatever reason. I'm not really gonna get into the details and why and when and all that kind of shit, but I was and still am really looking forward to fucking like just killing it in that fucking tournament.
Sweet.
Because I feel like I left way too much on the table with that one. And there are several, things in my career that I felt like I've done that with, but that one is the one that is the most fresh in my mind. I know that was like a year ago already, but like that, like it's like been sticking in my craw for the last year or so, and I would really like to get that back and fucking in front of that crowd and just fucking fuck shit up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Literally and figuratively.
Yeah, it's an awesome crowd, and I will be there, so you can fuck all this shit up, and I will glue you back together. So
Goddamn right you will. You're the fucking champ.
try to be. Let's see. So, let's see. Where can we find you on social media if somebody wants to get a hold of you?
You know what? My social media is just Alex Herzog on Facebook, and I believe that my Instagram and also Twitter are both Chainsaw Viking. I want to say.
Okay.
I should probably have had that also, but it's Chainsaw Viking. I'm pretty sure you can find Herzog on any kind of form of social media. I'm trying to get better at Twitter. I kind of fucked off on all of it just because like who's watching fucking. Actually, no, it's really dumb of me. I should be like doing things on social media. I've just kind of like I've had my phone off a lot.
Yeah.
Just because life has been so weird recently, and I've kind of turned my phone off, and I've kind of decoupled away from like the whole social media web and all that kind of stuff, and it's been nice. I do feel way out of the loop about stuff. However, It does feel nice from
Yeah.
time to time
I
to
feel like-
unplug.
I mean, all it is anymore when you're on social media is just about all the shit going on in the world, and I feel like it's
That's like
nothing positive.
that's
It
kind
just sucks the life out of you.
that's kind of what it was. It was like, for whatever reason, this is why I hate this, and it was all just negative, 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 which rightfully so. Why should you feel good about a fucking global pandemic? Why should you feel good about being shut in your house? Why should you feel good about people dying? However, I don't necessarily need to see that, because this is one of those things where it touches literally everybody on the entire planet. We're all going through the same thing. We're all in this together. That doesn't necessarily mean I want to hear every single person talk about their tinfoil hat conspiracy theories, or this or that happened, or they don't think it's real, or why should I do this, or whatever. So what? Because regardless of what your opinions on it are, we are here. We're all stuck inside or outside or whatever. We can't see people. We can't actually talk in person. I can talk to my mom because we're quarantined together, but I can't talk to anybody else. So I don't like. I don't know how this turned into like some hippy dippy whatever the fuck kind of thing. But like, I'm just like, unplugging isn't necessarily the worst thing to do right now, and I did it to kind of keep my own like self sane, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, I will be back shortly on all my social media things, and you can talk shit on me or whatever, because I'm terrible. I'm a terrible worker and also a human being. So
whatever.
Oh my God! Hold on, before we go, thoughts on Tiger King. Here are my thoughts on Tiger King.
Yes.
I watched that. I watched that with a friend of mine who is a fucking. She works at Grant's Farm. And I don't know, it's a local St. Louis thing, but it's owned by Budweiser. It's where the Budweiser Clydesdales are housed. So it's like she takes care of the actual and she's worked at zoos and shit.
Awesome.
So basically, it was weird because like I have met people in fucking like Tennessee who are exactly fucking Joe Exotic or whatever. They're exactly that dude. So like I've heard him say like the fucking like, how straight are you? Oh, you like the big dicks, don't you? And I'm just like, God, I've heard some fucking dude say that to like another like young dude before, and I'm just like, these people are disgusting and gross. And she's just like, that's how tiger people actually are. They're fucking weird and freaks. And just like, it was just a bunch of cult leaders. Because Carol Baskin's a fucking cult leader. That bitch Carol Baskin is a fucking cult leader. Joe Exotic's a cult leader. The fucking Doc Antle guy's a cult leader, who I need a fucking documentary on, by the way, because that dude is the biggest piece of shit out of all of them, probably. Because I don't know. Anyway, so fucking like they are all a bunch of cult leaders saying true things about each other. Because like Joe Exotic would say something about Carol Baskin, and it'd be like, that is spot the fuck on. But also, you're also a piece of shit, because Carol Baskin would say something about Joe Exotic, and she would say she would be 100% right too. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a bunch of fucking cult leaders saying things that are true about each other, but them sitting over there still being a cult leader. You know what I mean? It's like I don't know. What's a good analogy for that? It's definitely a pot calling the kettle black, but it's the pot calling the kettle black when the pot is 100% right about that kettle being black. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But it was just weird because like it was like I'm obviously not I'm not an animal person, but she is an animal person, and she's like, oh my God, here's how I apply this to my life. And I'm like, oh my God, this, because like just the way that dude talks is like, he talks like a fucking like a scumbag, like Southern pro fucking creepy pro wrestler guy.
Yeah.
That's what I thought, because I was watching that and I was just like, this is making me uncomfortable because I've met this person before. You know what I mean?
That's exactly what I thought. I'm like, they're totally like fucking wrestling, but in the exotic.
Dude,
platform.
For real though. So like, I swear to God, I've met like 3 different versions of Joe Exotic in the South. Because God damn it.
Oh my God. And there are people that are petitioning to try to get him pardoned. Somebody like just recently apparently asked the president to pardon Joe Exotic right in the middle of all this shit going on.
The thing about it is like, I mean, it makes sense that like this, because it's such a wacky story and it came out at the perfect time where everybody was stuck at home. So it's kind of like, this is gonna be like a weird cultural thing. I feel like, just because like just the timing of it was perfect. So like, I don't know if that dude necessarily needs to be out of jail. I don't know. I mean, that dude said literally 10 different times in that fucking documentary, I'm gonna kill that bitch. You come on my property, I'll fucking kill you. So who is shocked that this guy who repeatedly said hey, I'm gonna kill this bitch, that he tried to fucking kill this bitch. So like,
Right.
who's surprised about that? Like I don't understand. I don't understand like the shock. I guess it's illegal technically. Yeah, it's kind of like, to me, that's like getting Al Capone on tax evasion. It's like you got him on this like saying some offhanded thing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Exactly.
But
Well,
like,
I
that's
feel
being
like,
said, they should all fucking be in jail. But maybe
oh yeah,
they're all
yeah,
fucking
no,
terrible people.
exactly. I mean, Carol, you can't tell me she didn't do.
First thing is, I am not cutting my hair.
She
Even
straight up let herself go. She was like, "Well, just put sardine oil on his, feet or whatever."
even if she
Like,
didn't, because you'll never be able to prove if she killed if she killed her husband or not. But even if she didn't, she's still a big giant piece of shit. It's funny the way that dude edited that film is brilliant, because like it would be like, Joe Exotic just gets people to do all his dirty work. He gets the downtrodden and the drug addicts, and he gets them. And then it shows her saying like, I don't pay anybody. I don't know that person's name. They just work for me for free because I can prey on people's like love for animals. And she's like, it's all about getting the tiger. And she's talking about the fucking the Doc Antle guy. And she's like, it's all about getting luring in girls with tigers. What the fuck are you doing? You were luring in girls with your fucking tigers too. You're just getting them to do free labor, and you don't fuck them. What's the difference? You know what I'm saying?
First thing is,
But god damn it, that dude that dude is a cult leader to the fucking. He was a cult. Doc Antle was in a fucking cult, and then he made his own cult after he got out of that cult. I mean. And also the Tony Montana dude. I had more opinions on Tiger King than I thought. I'm sorry, Murray, that Kill Club guy. But anyway, I want to know more about the Tony Montana guy. What's his name? Mario Tabro or some shit like that.
Because like in jail for.
But like that, because that dude, you could tell that dude's like giant ego he had too. He's just like, yeah, Tony Montana, fucking, they based that on me. You know what I mean? And he's fucking just, yeah. He's like, there was no fat guy. I did that. I walked into the thing and fucking did the thing with Tony Montana. He leaned in. I don't know. Anyway.
Oh, yeah, the one that.
Yeah, no, it was the guy in Florida. Yeah, he got put in jail for 100 years for like having a guy like sawing up on his property, and he appealed it and got out. But he still fucking got a giant mansion, and he still fucking runs a goddamn tiger reserve. How the fuck do you think he got all that money? I can't believe the government didn't take that money away from him. I guess they couldn't prove that he was a drug dealer or something. I don't know. But anyway, my favorite part about that is his wife. His wife is talking about he's talking about Doc Antle, and she goes like, Bhagavan Antle. Yeah, our friend Doc Antle. He's a doctor, Dr. Antle. And he goes, Doctor of what? And she goes, mystical sciences. And the guy like paused like it was a joke, and she just goes, like 100% serious, Doctor of Mystical Sciences. And then she made a comment, and she did like a joking, not joking thing. Oh yeah, that's right. I'm fucking. She did a joking, not joking thing with him, and it was fucking like, she goes, I probably love them more than I love my kids. Ha 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 ha. No, bitch, you fucking definitely love those fucking animals more than you love your kids. Anyway, and then right after that, they show a picture of the fucking his wife and him, and he's just got him being the Tony Montana guy, just looking at a fucking like the craziest look on his face. He's just like. I don't know how it's just like the editing on that is brilliant, because I don't know. It was a very, very well put together documentary about a fucking insane fucking story that like, I feel like more shit like that happens than we think, but it's just like being brought, and he just had so much footage of himself. Like how, like that's a fucking gold mine. And what, because that dude got his fucking whole house trailer burned down, all that footage he lost for that reality show he wanted to do.
Yeah.
What if all that footage would have got saved? How much better would that documentary have been if that shit didn't get burned up?
Absolutely. Rumor has it that the crocodiles that perished in that fire were Michael Jackson's crocodiles.
Could be. I mean, honestly, I've not really done any research. I've not really done any kind of research about it except for watching it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
And I feel like I watched it, and as I was watching it, everybody started talking about it immediately. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I feel like I watched it in real time almost.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's just,
definitely.
I usually don't like really. I'm not usually up on like big pop culture, whatever's popular now. But for whatever reason, I just got that at the perfect time. And I think we're losing viewers because I'm some fucking rambling, because that's what I do.
Before I let you go, I know Neil Cutter, not only did he say this is what it's like on car rides with you, he had mentioned something about a poop knife.
Okay.
I gotta know. It's been killing me.
It's not a poop knife. It's a dude named Kyle who his
Okay.
fucking name on Facebook is Poopy Knife. I don't know why. It just is. He's a weird fucking dude,
That is
right?
weird.
And some people might have seen him. His name was Mannequin.
Okay.
And he was a dude that we all kind of brought around because we needed a body, but like he wasn't like a wrestling fan, and it's not like we were using him, man. Like we were getting him on shows, and he went to California with us. Like, you know what I'm saying? He had a fucking he main evented with me in Denver at Primo's, and honestly, he fucked up a bunch of shit because he's not a wrestling fan. He doesn't really know shit about wrestling, but he's like he's just a weird dude, and he has no shame, so he just does like weird bizarre shit in front of things, and like he's just like, well, I'm gonna lick you in the face. I don't really lick you. I'm like, just fucking lick me, dude. Who gives a fuck? But anyway, like he's just like, look, yeah. So I'm the guy to ride with if I'm the fucking dude wearing this goddamn bikini thing. You know what I'm saying? I think I did that in the match with him. Anyway, he fucking like
I love it.
he fucked up like one spot in a match one time, and he got so down on himself. And we get back, and he did great in that match, dude. He did great because he was on. His character was on. He was weird. He was getting like the crowd to react to him. They're booing him or they were cheering him. I don't remember, but they were reacting to him, and
Right.
fucking it worked. And he fucked up like one little thing. It didn't matter. Who gives a shit? And he's just sitting there crying and moaning and bitching about it. And I can't remember exactly what he said, but he said something really disrespectful to Devin and me and Mason, and I guess I don't know, whoever was there. All of us fucking. He said something really disrespectful, and it was just okay, dude. Well, you're fucking done because nobody else would give him a chance. None of the local St. Louis places ever would fucking even talk to him. He'd be like, "Can I get on your show?" And they'd laugh at him. You know what I mean? So like he
Yeah.
burned his last bridge with that, and like there's way more to that story than that because I feel like we're supposed to be done like 15 minutes ago probably, but like
We can go over.
I mean. He's not. I mean, I wouldn't even fucking. I wouldn't be opposed to taking him back on the road either. It's just like he's disrespectful in like not like in a wrestling way. He's just disrespectful in like a fucking human being way. You know what I mean? He's just like kind of a shitty guy sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't know. But he's not a bad dude. But he's also kind of a bad dude. I don't know. It's hard. He's weird, man. You got to meet him and talk to him and fucking then you can make your own opinion about him.
Gotcha.
Anyway.
Well, as soon as everything gets back in order and everybody's wrestling again, I look forward to seeing you around. Definitely.
Oh yeah, I'll be around, man. I'm not going
Oh,
anywhere.
yeah. Do you have any merch you want to plug or anything that you want to?
I need to get T-shirts as my merch. I've had like one piece of merch in my entire, except for all the Viking shirts, and all the Viking shirts were 100% Jake. Like Jake did all the fucking. I mean, as you can see, Mr. fucking like goddamn fucking Charlie Hustle, Jake Parnell is obviously the one making the fucking T-shirts, right? I am not like. I'm like not like I'm not good at fucking like marketing myself, and I'm not good at fucking like getting merch for myself. You know what I mean? And so eventually, I plan on getting T-shirts.
Gotcha. Well, I know some people.
And I feel like I've been saying that for 3 years. People have asked, so I apologize. So
It's all right. It's all right. It'll happen. All in due time. Like while you're
eventually,
just chilling at home right now, you could draw something up and maybe get things going.
I think I actually think I know what I'm gonna do with
Cool.
that T-shirt. I just want to make it real plain and simple because I
Nice.
just want to get something out there. You know what I'm saying? And then like I worry about like something badass later, but I'll wait till I actually do it before I even fucking plug that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I haven't fucking. I mean, it's 99% planned out. I just haven't really fucking got. I haven't got it going yet. So
Gotcha. Well, I know some people. If you don't have any T-shirt people, just let me know.
yeah, I don't think my guy who did my T-shirts does T-shirts anymore.
Okay.
So or something. I don't know. But yeah, I might hit you up on that.
Awesome. I kind of know a little bit of everybody, so I'm
I
a
mean,
more.
I kind of do too a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. You meet a lot of people when you're
I think
traveling a lot.
I think I'm technically old now in wrestling because everybody else is like 22.
Alrighty, man. Well, if you don't have anything else for us, I'm gonna let you go for now. And
I mean, that.
oh yeah,
That's all I had.
I can't do the same, unfortunately, because we'll get in trouble. So,
I won't get in trouble. I'll be fine.
alrighty. Well, thank you for joining us. It was a pleasure having you, and take care of yourself.
I'll see you soon.
See ya.
You're watching the fucking Death Hour, the best Facebook page for all your deathmatch needs. Now fucking keep on it!